Beloved, shalom, shalom, beloved, garden of love. Garden of love. This is a garden of love, definitely. Garden of love. That's right, garden of love. We're going to talk about the garden of love today. So many beautiful flowers. Beautiful sunshine today. The sky is beautiful. Um, There's sunflowers. You see the sunflowers there. There are flowers everywhere and plants and trees. And we're going to talk about the garden of love, and we're going to talk about the power of love. Look at these trees. Incredible, right? And we don't think about love being like a garden, but love is like a garden. It is just like a garden. You have seeds, you have fruit, you have trees, love trees. It is wonderful. So many flowers. Flowers are everywhere. So you can't go anywhere without seeing flowers right now, which is wonderful. Summertime flowers. There's so many. Here's some flowers over here. Let's walk over here and take a look at these flowers. There's that beautiful sunshine. These flowers are amazing. Here's some flowers right here. Look at those beautiful flowers. They're pinkish or whatever. And there you have these green trees. Green, green, green. So there's a lot to discover as we go about. Many fruit trees, many flower trees, summertime cayettes. So we're going to talk about the love, the garden of love. So you may ask, what do you need to have a garden of love? We need to have a garden. We start with seeds. That's what it is. We start with the seeds, and the seeds have roots, and then the roots grow into plants or trees, and then bears fruit. Not much fruit. I don't think there's any fruit on these trees here. There looks like there's something there. There looks like there's a little bit of something here. Because sometimes it depends on the season whether we actually see the fruit. It depends. So we're going to talk about love, and we're going to talk about these fruit trees and these flower trees as we explore the garden of love. And you may say, what is in a garden of love? Well, we have to have seeds of love in order to get a love tree or a love plant or a love flower. So we need truth. We need truth. We need obedience. We need humility, kindness, purity. And we know that the name for the maker in love is El Ahava or Yahava. And Ahava means love in Hebrew. or Jehovah, Ahava, however you would prefer to say it. And since we have been created by the author of love, we are to have love in us. Love that is like a fire, love that is unconditional, love that is immeasurable. We are to know something about love. We should be experts on love. That's a beautiful one. No, here's one over here. Yeah, we love flowers. When we see flowers, we think about love. When we see flowers and fruit trees, what is love? Love is kind. Love is giving. Love is compassionate. Love cares. Love shares. Love is generous. Love is selfless. Love is sacrificial. What is love? We've talked about that. What is not love? Love is not rude. Love is not cold. Love is not selfish. Over the past week, as I think about daily walks and traveling to and from, as I was walking, I saw so many different couples together holding hands. It was so incredible. Walking hand in hand. There's nothing better than love. Nothing. Yes, couples walking and talking and having a wonderful time, sharing a meal together. And we know we have many examples of love. Looks like it's an apple or something on the trees over here. Let's take a look over here and see what's going on with the trees over here. Looks like they got some fruit on them. We can look at the fruit as we talk about love. Some more flowers. So, see, that looks like a pear or apple or something. And then there's these beautiful flowers again. So let's talk about that love. What is it to love? Love is more than flowers and fruit and cupcakes and all of that. Look at the seeds on this flower. Wow. There's more to love than what we can see. So love is also selfless and sacrificial. There was a man that worked for a woman for 14 years, according to the story. The name was Yaakov. You may know Yaakov is Jacob, who is Israel, who worked 7 years first and then worked another 7 years, which is 14 years total, so he can marry Rachel. And some of us are definitely becoming impatient or not wanting to wait for 1 year or 2 years or 3 years or 4 years or 5 years or how many years it is. We are in a hurry. We are wanting to rush. We are anticipating that marriage promise for those who are not connected with their kingdom spouse, husband or wife in the land yet. Just know that you've already been connected spiritually. So be sure that you are doing your part to stay in right standing with the Maker and with your true spouse and not to fall for the counterfeit. Often, so many times, we want to take matters into our own hands. We want to get married. We want to have children. We want to travel to beaches where the sand is different colors and all of that. And that's wonderful. We should have desires. We should have dreams. We should have visions. However, we should also be obedient and be willing to wait on the maker who knows how to put two people together, who is the ultimate matchmaker, the ultimate Cupid, the only true Cupid. And I've seen so many couples together over the past week. I'm telling you, the true Cupid has drawn back the bow. And some hearts have been touched, because I'm telling you, I've never seen so many couples holding hands. I have not seen so many. Wow, look at these. These are beautiful fruits. I have not seen so many. If you could see it, sometimes the sun blocks it. I have not seen so many pregnant women. I really have not. I don't recall ever seeing this many pregnant women in one particular place at one particular time. Look at this flower. This is so beautiful. So yes, many don't want to wait. Some become frazzled about waiting, or perhaps you're already with your kingdom spouse and it's not going the way you would like for it to go, and you would like to have a igniting of the fire, so to speak. Look at this beautiful white flower. That's beautiful. And you just take it upon yourself to be frustrated rather than to do something new that will spark something new. Because, I mean, if we want the new, we got to plant the seeds for the new. We can't do the same thing over and over again and hope that something changes. We have to change. And when we focus on changing the person in the mirror ourselves, when we look in the mirror and examine our own hearts, our own minds, we can definitely start there, which would be so helpful, and write down what we need to do so we can improve our own selves instead of trying to critique somebody else. When we become the right person, whether woman or man, we will attract that kingdom spouse even more. They will be attracted to us because they will see the beauty within. They will see the light. They will see the true love deep in us. They will see that we are not superficial. They will see us as being authentic, and they will see us as being selfless and sacrificial. They will see us submit and surrender completely to the maker. Wow, look at these. These are incredible. They look like pears, but they're still so little. I don't know if you could see. So if you have a vision of love, I know Mariah Carey has a song, Vision of Love. But if you have a vision of love and you desire to be in a healthy relationship, in that kingdom marriage, that marriage covenant, there are some ingredients like baking a cake. It requires being kind, humble, transparent, honest. It requires a lot. It's not easy. However, it can be done. Nothing is impossible with the maker, Elahava, Jehovah, Elhava, however you want to describe the maker. Just know that the maker is pure love, pure truth, pure light, pure life. Anything that you desire, you need to run to the maker. Don't run to people. Humanity can definitely tell you something that is not true or right. Be sure that you are not putting your hope, trust, and confidence and faith in humanity. Even though sometimes a person can be used, a place can be used, something can be used, but we're not to put our total trust and hope and confidence in people, places, or things, which can lead to idolatry, which can lead us to deception and going the wrong way, to go astray. We want to be sure that we are keeping the covenant, the law of love, and the law of life, and being truth tellers, ones that tell the truth and not tell something that is not the truth. Now, just because you believe it or I believe it is not going to make it the truth. The truth always has to be tested. That's why we have to test every single thing. We have to test everything and test it more than once to be sure, to examine, to know that this is the truth, because the truth will set us free. We want to be free. Freedom is important, but not free to be disobedient and not free to be unloving and unkind to people. Now, you may not like a certain person, you may not agree with them. That doesn't give you an excuse to respond in a manner or a way that is not loving and kind, that is not respectful, that is not polite. You do not want to be rude. When we are rude, we are not demonstrating love. We want to always demonstrate love no matter what. Love is an action, love is a verb. It is not an emotion or a feeling like many may think. And we don't want to be critical or condemn others or ourselves, because we can get in a lot of trouble not telling the truth about ourselves, going by our own opinions, going by our own ideas, our own thoughts that may not be in right standing with the true maker. We have to examine everything and test everything. And you may say, that sounds tiring. Well, it's necessary. We have to have discernment, and we need to discern spirits as well. It's not the same thing. Discernment and discerning of spirits is not the same thing. However, in order to do what is right, we have to be righteous. We have to be holy. We have to be pure. We have to be clean. And we have to be perfect. And you may say, well, that's contrary to what I hear a lot of people say. However, if we are truly created by a holy and perfect sovereign being, it is not possible for us to be imperfect. We choose. We make the choice. We can choose life or not choose life. We can choose love or not choose love. We can choose peace or not choose peace. We can choose shalom or not choose shalom. We could choose wealth or we could choose poverty. We could choose wisdom or we could choose foolishness. It's our choice to make. And a lot of people say, well, we have a free will. Nobody is going to force us to do anything. It's totally free will. It's honestly, it's not that free. If you think about it, the one who ended up refusing to go to Nineveh ended up in Nineveh. So believe me, it's not as free as you think. We will be nudged sometimes. We will be given a little gentle push to go in the right direction. However, we are not totally free to disobey. So Yonah got a swift correction. He got a spanking, okay? So he could go the right way. We're never free to disobey. There's always consequences. For every action, there is a reaction. So we always want to be sure that we're doing what is right, not in our own sight, but what is right. We have to have the right mind, the right spirit, the right heart, the right attitude. We can't turn our nose up at people. And we definitely can't go by something that's written or what somebody told us. We have to know the truth for ourselves. We have to know the voice of truth for ourselves so that we know that is the voice of truth, who is the maker, the creator of all. El Elyon, El Shaddai, Adonai, Hashem, Yahweh, Yah. Whatever name you use for the creator, be sure that you know the creator of all as the maker, and be sure that you are a royal heir and a friend. Please do not follow all of these religions and traditions and legalism, which leads to nothing but bondage, being in chains, and all these limitations are telling you that you are hopeless and helpless and powerless. That is not true. Many of the prophets and prophetesses, that's right, the prophetesses and the prophets, actually took action. Some of them spoke things into the atmosphere and it happened quickly. It didn't take a lot of time to happen. So we can definitely testify, we can prophesy, and we can testify. And we should do it. We have to feed our spirit excellent spiritual food and fruit. Excellent spiritual food and fruit so that we can be healthy. If we are not, we will be unhealthy in our mind, body, soul, and spirit. So you have to have the desire to get to the next level, to prepare. It takes preparation, it takes planning, it takes action. If you want to have a healthy marriage, you need to do something to get there. You can't sit around just waiting for your kingdom spouse to come and do absolutely nothing. You have to become who you were created to be, and then you will attract what it is that is yours. No one can take it away from you. Nobody can stop it except for you. So as you go forward, build your house. A wise woman builds up her house. An unwise woman tears it down. A wise woman builds up her house. A woman that is not wise tears her house down. And that goes for men as well. You want to be a wise woman. You want to be a wise man. You want to build up, not tear down. Don't tear down anyone or anything. Be sure that you are encouraging yourself and encouraging others. Be an encourager. Be someone who has joy. A peacemaker. Don't be someone that causes division and strife. And don't be mean to people. Don't be cruel to people. You never know who will be used to bless you. So you want to stay humble. You want to always be humble, never prideful, never arrogant. Never look down your nose at anybody. Always be sure that you are humble, that you have humility. Remember the one who wore the coat of many colors, Ambassador Joseph. He was humble. Sure, he could have grumbled and mumbled and complained. What good would it do? He was one who knew how to feed his spirit. He had wisdom. He didn't allow the temporary circumstances to discourage him. He did not allow his temporary situation to keep him from going deeper spiritually. He did not allow someone mistreating him stop him from dreaming. He was not he was not weak in spirit. He did not have a weak spirit. So you should have a strong desire to have a strong spirit, a healthy mind, a healthy heart, a healthy body, and that requires making wise choices, decisions that are the best. Don't settle for less. So as you go forward, water your garden of love. Be sure that your garden of love has light. Be sure that you take care of your garden of love. Plant those love seeds. Be kind to others. Be sure that you honor and reverence the Maker, the Master, El Shaddai. And also, remember the virtuous woman. She was one who she gave. She was a giver. She didn't hold anything back. However, it has to come naturally. It has to come from your heart. It has to come deep within you that you desire to give, to be generous, to be selfless, to be sacrificial, to care for others, to share, to put others before yourself. Many today, they despise volunteer work. They want to have something tangible for their time when they put in time, talent, and treasure. However, we have to always keep in mind that everything, no matter what, is truly ruled by the Maker, El Shaddai, not by people. No, not by places, not by things, not by organizations. There is only one, the Holy One, who has power, who has all power to do anything and everything. Nothing is impossible with El Shaddai. All things are possible with El Shaddai. So as you go forward in this week, Shavui Tov to each and every one of you. That means have a good week in Hebrew. Don't just desire to get a degree so you can get a job or a career. Go deeper. Our ancestors were wealthy because they knew how to prosper. They knew how to build up their houses and communities. They knew how to take advantage of agriculture and use it. They used their time, talents, and treasures wisely. They used their time, talents, and treasures wisely. So as you go forward, appreciate every good and perfect gift that comes from the Maker of the heavens and the earth. Don't be limited to a building, a program, a book, or any of that. Desire to go deeper spiritually. Desire to go deeper and learn. Learn. When we learn, when we embrace the truth, and we allow the truth to reign supreme in our life, and when we love above all else, we will prosper. We will flourish like the palm tree. We will excel and be elevated by the Maker. Always desire to please the Maker, not people. Not people. No. Not your mother, not your father, not your brother, your sister, your husband, your wife, your husband, your neighbor, your supervisor, any of that. No. When it comes down to it, keeping the covenant is being radical. Just like the 3 Hebrew boys in Daniel and so many others who were bold and courageous and strong in their faith. They did not bow. They did not comply. They did not compromise. They did not bend. Like Queen Esther, like King David. That's right, like Queen Esther. She did not bow. She did not compromise like King David. Like Daniel, like the 3 Hebrew lads. There's so many. They're more than just those few that I named. There's some that we don't even know their names. They were relentless. They were radical. They were courageous. And they were completely loyal and faithful to the Maker rather than to people. They knew, they knew that the Creator could bless them and do far more than any person, place, or thing in this earth. So as you go forth, remember, we are blessed to be a blessing from the rising of the sun until the going down of the very same. May Adonai bless you and keep you. May Adonai shine upon you glory, light, favor, kindness, goodness, grace, mercy, miracles, and blessings, and give you shalom and sweet sleep. May you always depend on the Maker to be your wonderful counselor, your great physician who healed you, who has the power to heal you of every sickness, disease, infirmity, and illness known to humanity and creation. And may you allow Jehovah Shalom to give you shalom and peace and sweet sleep. May you always seek wisdom from Adonai above everyone else and anything else. May you recognize the Maker as your provider, Yari, and your protector. And the mighty warrior, Adonai Sovio, El Gabor, El Shamri, who is like a fire who breaks rocks into pieces. Think about that. There is only one Holy One who can overthrow, overrule, and overturn, who can change the hearts of kings and queens and prophetesses and prophets. We have to love above all else. We can't be caught up in this world systems and positions and titles and isms and schisms. We have to love the right way. The only way to love is the kingdom way. So as you go about your week, you may need a pad, a pen, a pencil. Write it down. Write the vision and make it plain and run with it. You can do it. You have so many who are cheering and rooting for you, that are standing in the gap to make up the hedge for you. The watchers on the wall, the gatekeepers, the guards who guard regions and territories, nations and tribes. So we are all of humanity and all of creation, for every nation, every tribe, and every tongue. We declare and we decree the victory in the land of the living. We speak life, we speak love, we speak truth, and we desire to be obedient, and we desire to be loyal. And for those of you who are standing for kingdom marriage, marriage covenant, whether it's reconciliation, whether you're just meeting that brand new person for the first time, regardless of what it is, you want to be sure that you're preparing and planning right now before that person comes into your life or before they return. You want to be so filled up to overflowing with that perfect love that casts out all fear, that they are going to be attracted to your inner self, not the outer shell. Too many are caught up in what is exterior, what's on the outside, the natural part of the person. Be sure that you are led by your spirit, your right spirit, that your spirit is right and you're led by the spirit. Ruach. Be led by Ruach. Ruach is the ultimate teacher. Many talking about they want a health coach and all these coaches, marriage coach. If you really depend on the great I am, El Shaddai will lead you to that perfect truth and to that perfect spouse. You will not fall for the counterfeit. I'm a witness to it. I'm not telling you something that I don't know for myself. Believe me, I have definitely learned the hard way not to depend on myself for anything, because I may not do the right thing at the right time. However, I have definitely put all of my hope, faith, trust, confidence in El Shaddai. So now I know beyond a shadow of a doubt that this is where I stand, and that nothing is impossible, anything is possible. Even if I may not believe it or know it or see it, there are times that we can't see the whole picture. So, or we may not believe it for whatever reason. Sometimes certain things are just hard to believe. But I'm telling you, I know this for myself to be the truth. If El Shaddai said it, it will happen. It will surely come to pass. Nobody or nothing can overthrow or overturn or thwart the plans of El Shaddai. It doesn't matter what any person says, no matter what their position or title is. If El Shaddai said it, it will happen. It might not happen when you want it to happen. It might not happen immediately, but it will happen. It is going to happen. All of your promises, all of your blessings, all of your dreams, all of the visions that you have seen, that you know are for you, they will happen as long as you allow El Shaddai to lead you to that right path for it to happen. So, congratulations. The victory is ours. We are victorious. This is the victorious season. This is the season of victory. This is also the marriage season. So don't give up. It doesn't matter how many years you've been on the earth, whether you're 15, 51, 115, it doesn't matter. We are eternal. We have a spiritual part of us that we need to feed so we could be more spiritual and divine than being natural. So we're going to unite together on one accord, and we're going to declare it together for it to be so. We're going to cry out to the Maker. We're going to cry out to the name above all names, the Father of all fathers, who has created everything and everyone. And even creation. All of us are to be covenant keepers. All of us are to bow before the Maker, but not before any person. There is only one true ruler, who is El Shaddai, Adonai, El Elyon. So many different names, but there's only one, Ahad in Hebrew. Avinu Makinu, our Father, our King, we come boldly before your holy throne of grace before the sun sets. We thank you that you give us the times and the seasons. You give us dreams and visions and visitations. We thank you that you disperse warring angels and angelic assistants to stand guard about this earth. You said no hurt, harm, or danger will come near us, as long as we know that you are the mighty warrior, El Gabor, who protects us and keeps us. You are the one who has all power to do all things. You have healed every sickness and disease known to humanity and creation. You have opened up the eyes of the blind. You have made the lame walk again. I am a witness for myself. At one time, I could not walk. I had difficulty walking. There was something wrong with my feet and my legs. And I went to be amongst those who are healers, true healers, not a doctor, not a hospital, not a clinic. I went in the midst of people that didn't even speak English, and they prayed for me. And I was touched, and I felt the fire, and I was healed from the crown of my head to the soles of my feet. They were from Colombia, South America. And it doesn't matter where they were from. It doesn't matter what language somebody speaks, as long as they know the language of love. That is the language that we are to know. And there's no day that is exalted above another day. So every day is to be Shabbat. Shabbat is a lifestyle. Worship is a lifestyle. Obedience is a lifestyle. Praise is a lifestyle. Gratitude is a lifestyle. Kindness is a lifestyle. Generosity is a lifestyle. So please go about your day and let that oil of joy fill you up with joy. Take the garment of praise and walk in the beauty of holiness. Step into this brand new season knowing that you were created for something great. You have greatness in you. It only has to be birthed out of you. So push, praise until something happens. Pray until something happens. Prophesy until something happens. Proclaim the good news in the land of the living. Prophesy to the dry bones to live again. Never give up on yourself and never give up on anybody else. Shalom, Shavui Tov, and please like, share, subscribe, connect. Definitely we want to hear from you. You can reach us anytime, all the time. Just comment, connect, email. There's so many different groups. Please connect to the other YouTube channel, which is Garden Seeds for Life. Garden Seeds for Life is plant-based. I live a plant-based lifestyle. So just in case you don't know, my name is Shifra Yahaved Yisrael. I am here to bring something of priceless value to you, something of priceless treasures to you, and not to take anything from you. But more than anything else, I desire that you seek the Maker for yourself so you can hear the voice of truth and incline your ears to hear the voice of truth and not follow anything that is not true and truth. Test everything. Test it. Test it. Try it by the fire. Test everything. And remember, we're always to watch and pray. We're to be watchers on the wall. We're to be worshipers, warriors. So as you go about this week, remember, the fire is never to go out in our hearts or in our homes. We are to stoke that flame, those fires continuously, the fires of revival, the resurrection, power, and restoration and healing and all of that. Healing is our portion. Love is our portion. So as we go forth, we know that prosperity is our portion, wealth is our portion, wisdom is our portion. Go out there and make the Maker's name great. We're not here to make our names great. We're here to make the Maker's name great and be known in the earth. So we have the power and authority being given dominion in the land to recalibrate the atmosphere, to speak into the atmosphere, those things that have not happened yet, so they can happen. So we have been given authority to speak in a voice activated environment and atmosphere. So we can change the climate when we align with the Maker. Shalom and Shavui Tov. Have a wonderful week and keep it sweet. Shalom. And remember that you are loved no matter what. Don't allow anyone to stop you from walking in your purpose, your divine purpose and your assignment to have those divine appointments and divine visitations and those dreams and visions. Shalom.